Hi, in this recording I will show how to set up database, embedded Derby database to work with Java. I will follow the instructions that I have on the slides so you can see what exactly each step means, what you need to do. So we'll set up a Java database, embedded database to work with the book examples. The first step is to check Java home environment variable to see if this is set up. But before I actually do that, I want to check what Java am I using on my machine. So for this, I will go to command prompt, cmd, search, open, and I will type command java space dash version. So I can see that my system is running on Java version 1.8.0_65. So this is the version that I want to set up for my database as well. You can have multiple Java JDKs on your machine, but let's make everything consistent so things work correctly in the end. You don't have any problems later. Let's take a look. So now we need to check Java home environment variable, and that's how you set it up. You will provide the path to your JDK. You need to go to the control panel. You can either type in search control panel, there it is, and then search for environment variables, env. So you get system, edit environment variables, edit the system environment variables. Go in there on the bottom here in advanced tab. Here you can see environment variables, click that. And now here you have user variables, but also system variables. You need to set it up for system variables. So for me, I already have Java home, but for you, if you don't have it, first check all the variables that you have to make sure that you don't have it. And if you don't, or if it's pointing to the wrong JDK, then you can either edit or create new. So let's see how you create new. So if you will be creating new, you will say Java underscore home. Then you need to navigate and put the path here. If I take a look how I did it, it's just at the JDK level. So I can browse directory, go to my C drive, this PC, C drive, program files, oopsie, let's see, program files, Java somewhere here, let's see, Java right here, and then you select your JDK version. As you can see, I have multiple JDKs. For different purposes, I'm using different. When I want to practice with features for Java 9, I would use JDK 9, and so on. So, but we're using this one. So select it and click OK, and click OK. So I'm not sure if it would create the second one for me. Since I already have it, it looks like it did not create a second variable for me because I already had it. However, so this is a way to create new variable, but if you just want to update because it's not pointing to the correct one, you click edit and you modify the path. You can just also navigate to the path through your System Explorer, copy the path, and paste it in that location. For example, here, JDK, then I would copy the path and I would paste it here. All right, so this is how you set up the Java home system variable. So the next step, let's take a look. Copy all files from chapter 24 that you downloaded from online into your workspace. So for this, I need to go to, I have actually already downloaded the examples, but just for the purposes of the example, if you haven't downloaded this before, eCentennial. Okay, I'll show you how to download them. All right. All right, so this semester overview, and here you can see two links that I have for edition 10 and edition 11. We used to use edition 10 for this program, but now we're using book of edition 11, so I will go there because nowadays we're using JavaFX instead of Swing libraries, and the code, we want the most recent code. So here is download examples. Once you click on that, you will download the examples, but I already have them, so I will not download the examples. I'll just navigate to my examples. So I have them this year, and let's see, examples. I specifically named them 11 edition, so I know the difference between the two, and it's chapter 24. So I have the examples right here. I'll just keep them aside, have them ready, and follow the instructions. What does it say next? Copy all files from chapter 24 that you downloaded from online into your workspace directory that we originally created on the desktop. So actually, I don't want to copy them right now. I have them here. I unzipped them already. So I have the examples ready, but I'll continue setting up my environment and then only take pieces that I need from these examples. So let's move on to the next step. Run Notepad as administrator. To do this on Windows 7, select Start All Programs Accessories. But I can actually type in the search Notepad. Right click, Run as administrator. So here I go, it's here. Now on Windows 8 you can search, right click, select Advanced and Run as administrator. So whatever works for you, you need to run it as administrator. Next, from Notepad, open the batch file, set embedded cp.bat that is located in the JDK installation folders db/bin folder. Let's see, so I need to navigate to this location. So here I can see it's Java, JDK, if I make it bigger. So Java, JDK, DB, bin, that's where I need to go and open that file. And I need to make sure that I select all files so I can see all of the files in that folder. So I need to go to JDK, DB, bin. File, open, C drive, program files, Java, this JDK, DB, bin. Now I need to change this part because it's only showing text documents, but I want to see all the documents. And here is the guide that I need. Set embedded cp.bat. Click open. And I will have to go to the next slide to see the instructions what to do next. So locate the line at ramset derby install and change it to this line. Okay, so I can just copy the line from here. Let's see, where was I? Oh, in the Notepad, yeah. So the Notepad. So here it is. Here I have already set this, but let me open another JDK where I haven't set this up yet. I'll just show you how your file would look like if you haven't set this up yet. So instead of going to this JDK, I will go to a different one. I have to open Notepad, run as administrator. Now file, open, so it automatically went to this JDK, but let me open one of the other JDKs I have, because here I haven't set up the database. DB bin, again I have to select all files and set embedded CP-BAT, open. So here what it would look like before you set it. You have to remove this rem, and you need to move this set. Many students make a mistake that they leave this set plus they include another set. You can ultimately just replace this whole line with the line that we copied from the slides. Keep it like this. So now it's exactly what it's needed, and save the file. I'm not going to save because I don't want to set embedded database for this JDK. So, but basically you would, after this, you would save the file. All right, so don't save. Let's see the next steps, what we need to do next. So the next step is open command prompt window and change directories to the JDK installation folder, DB bin folder. Then type the name of that file. So I'll run command prompt cmd. It's best to run it as administrator, and I need to navigate to the location of that JDK. So I'll actually open a new file explorer here, navigate to the location of the JDK, C drive, program files, Java, and JDK, where is it? Right here, and then DB, and then bin. So copy this path, and to change the directory you need to write cd and then paste the path. So I switch the directories. Sometimes for some people they need to put quotes in order to switch. So works exactly same way. So I'm in that location, and now I want to run that command. To make sure I don't mistype anything, I can just copy the name of this file. Copy exactly as it is and put it here, and then click enter. So after I do that, after I hit enter, it's supposed to display this. It's supposed to set the Derby home variable to point to Java JDK 1.8. Then it will run the class path command as well. And this is enough. Now you have set up your Derby database to be working on your machine. So I don't need this command prompt anymore, so I can just exit. Do I have anything else open? I don't need my control panel anymore. I'll exit that. I don't need this part either anymore, this window. I'll close that. So, but let's take a look at the example, at the instructions again on the slides. So press enter, we did that. And next, navigate to your workspace directory. This directory contains an SQL script, books SQL. So actually, right now we don't have this script here in our directory. We haven't even created project yet, so we don't have a workspace with the project. So what I will do next is create a project. This is the examples that we work with. Launch. So I will create a new project now. File, new, other, Java project, this one. Okay, now I will create a video tutorial for database setup. So this is the project name. Next. By the way, here you can see that we're still using JDK. We can use that because this is actual our JDK specific version and stuff. Let's see, and click finish. Open perspective. So now we have that. So we have the project. I want to go into this project in my System Explorer. Show in System Explorer. Let's see if it's going to work. Cool. So it just took me to my project right away. Here, according to the instructions, I'll just put this on the side. Put the examples from the book on the other side and read the instructions again. So this directory contains SQL script. So it doesn't contain SQL script. We need to put the SQL script here first. Here is the example books. So here's the script. You take this script and put it right here at this level. If you put it at some other level, then you will have to specify the path to that location. For everybody to use the common way, so people don't get confused, let's always, for our course, let's always put the script at the project level, like wherever the project is created, not inside anywhere there, not in the bin. Don't create another folder here. Just put the script right here at this level, together with .project, .class path, src folder, bin, and .settings. So we put it here. Now we need to, let's look at the instructions. So now navigate to your workspace directory. We haven't done that yet. I have this window open. Maybe I'll just open new window completely. Okay, and now I need to navigate to my workspace. Let me go back here. No, not this one. This one. So I already copied the books SQL and put it in my project. Now copy the path, go to command prompt, cd, and paste your path. Doesn't want to go because it's in F drive. Oh, what am I doing? All right, here we go. So I moved to the location where I have my project video tutorial DB set up, and that's where I have my script. So let's go to the slides. So now I need to execute this command. I'll take it from here. But before I execute it, I actually will paste it into the notepad. And just in case, I will replace these quotes. In the past, I've noticed that very often when you run commands like this, the quotes sometimes are slightly different. And then the command doesn't run, and people can spend lots of time figuring out what the problem is. So it's better to fix the quotes before you run command, so you don't have this issue and you don't spend hours trying to figure out what is wrong with the command. Let's see. So now we open this view, and let's see, to start the command line tool for interacting with JavaDB. So now we have this command line tool open. It's called IJ. The double quotes are necessary because the path that the environment variable Java home represent contains space. All right, and it should display this IJ with some arrow there. Let's see, that's what we have. So far so good. Let's move to the next step. So here we need this command now. So this will create database if it's not created yet. This is the name of your database. This is your username and the password. You can change the name of the database. You can change the username or the password. For example, for me, let's say that I want to change this to tutorial. And same here, tutorial. And the book, address books, I actually want to rename it to books because that's the name of my script. So that's the database I want. Books, created, tutorial, and the password is tutorial. So copy this. But again, before pasting the command, I want to make sure the quotes are correct. Notepad stripes any formatting. That's why I'm putting it here and putting the quotes the way the Notepad puts them into the sentence. So now I will take this, go back to my command prompt, paste the command here, and hit enter. I will wait until I get this view again, IJ with the arrow. If I run this command again, I will get some warning here. Database books not created, connection made to existing database instead. So this is not really an error. It just says this database already exists. We will just go to that database. So nothing wrong with this. You're still good. So the connection is open now to the database and we can work with it now. Let's go to the slides again. Press enter. We did that. Creates books database in the current directory, and to create user for accessing database. So here it says detail. This is instructions from the book. That's the password and username that they use. Like they would have something like this, which we changed up these things around. Okay, so we have the database. Let's open the workspace and see what transformations have happened. As you can see, we have the books SQL, but we also now have this books folder and this Derby log. So we need this for our database to work, all of these items. Don't modify any of these files yourself. The only part you can modify, if you know what you're doing, is modify this SQL if you want to add more rows or more tables or reduce tables and rows. So if I open the script, you can see here it's dropping the tables. It will drop them, delete them if they exist, but then it's creating the table. So create table authors with specific fields, create table titles with specific fields, and create table author ISBN with specific fields. And then it's inserting things into the database. So here you have to consider the foreign keys and primary keys, all these constraints, and set up your data correctly. Otherwise, it's not going to work. But this part you're supposed to study in a different course, the database course. In this course, Java 228, we will only study how to work with the database using Java, but we will not go into the details what this foreign key is and what is the primary key and so on. So basically this is the script. It's creating tables and it's populating them. Let's take a look at the instructions to see what we need to do next. Let's see, so books, and we have the books database. So now we need to run the script. Our script name is not address book, it's books. And I can already see that the quotes are bad here. But very often we don't pay attention to such little thing as quotes. You see how here it's just straight little line, but here it's kind of curly. So that's what should be the normal quote. And the other one that we had before is the bad quote. Now let's run it with the bad quote first to see what error we get. Oh, I did not copy it. Huh, interesting. It still worked. It hasn't worked for me in the past, actually. So it still worked, which is good. But I would still make sure that the quotes are done correctly. Because I do know for sure that the quotes do cause problems. This time, I don't know, maybe since last time I had a problem, I have upgraded my system and now it accepts the other quotes. Anyways, just curious to see what the... Yeah, it still had the curly quotes. Anyways, so now we have created the database and you can recognize that the script ran. It tried to drop the table, but this one did not exist. Nothing existed yet, so it couldn't drop them. That's why it's saying error, but it's not really error. Create table script went well. The section of the script to create titles went through okay, no problems. Author ISBN was created fine, and then inserting the data, I don't see any errors anywhere here. If I wanted to check things, if things worked out, I would do select all from one of the titles. I think one of the tables is titles. And I'm getting some information, right? I can confirm if I'm getting the right information, but by looking at the script that I ran. Let's open it up. So I selected from titles. Let's take a look, titles. So I have, yeah, that looks right. Internet and world, how to program, Java, how to program. So looks right. I could check more things around here, like all the other tables and stuff, but seems to be things are working. So before I go to my workspace, to my project to start writing code to work with this database, I will exit this connection. Sometimes if you don't exit this connection, you will have problems trying to access this database from your project. So it is better that you exit this connection from command prompt. Exit. Okay, and I actually don't need this command prompt anymore. Now I'll go back to the instructions. Here it says once you created the database, you can execute SQL statement presented in section 24.4 to confirm their execution, and you must enter command and terminate it with semicolon, which we did. We did select all from titles and we put semicolon at the end. So we already exited. So to terminate the Java DB command line tool, type exit, which we did. Let's see. So later we will work with another script, address book, and that's when we will repeat the steps, same steps to run the script again. But for now, we'll just move on to the next item. Now in the workspace, you need to add jar, Derby jar. So if I go to my workspace right here, we'll select my project, right click, build path, configure path, and here I will click on add external jars. I will navigate to my JDK location, which is in C drive, program files, Java, JDK, DB, and don't go to bin, go to the library. And here the first one is the one that I need, Derby jar, and select and open and apply and close. Once you do that, you will see that there's this folder appeared, and if you expand it, you will see there's everything related to Derby database. So this will help you to work with the Derby database. This is the API, Java API to work with the Derby database. Let's see, what else did I want to do? Each project. Okay, this is good. And these steps we just did. Build path, configure build path, add the external jar. We did that. So now we need to run examples from the book. What we will do, this is for you to practice, but right now we will just try to run some scripts from the book. Sorry, not scripts, the code. So first of all, let's try this one. This actually has 3 different projects. So this is the first one, copy display authors.java. I'll create a new package, and I'll just put maybe one here. Example 1, and paste it here, that file. So the file doesn't have a package declaration, so I have to fix that. Click on the red mark, add package declaration, and save. I also see that books is correct. I think that's what I named my database, but here my name is wrong. So I provided tutorial and tutorial. Okay, save. And now I will run this application. Okay, after running, I can see it's displaying the names of the columns and the data in that table. So taking a look at this, we have try with resources here. Which means after it finishes executing this code, it will close anything that is opened here. So we have 3 items open. The connection is open to the database, the statement, and result set. So result set, you can get the metadata from there. This would include the number of columns and column names. So here you can actually see metadata get column count right here. Here you can iterate to get the column name, metadata get column name. And for each column, author ID, it will get the name, then it will go again because it's a for loop here. Then it will go again, get the first name, then it will go again inside the loop and get the last name. So then this will make it just move to the next line. And then we will iterate through result set again. If there is a next row, then we'll iterate through each column to get the results for each column for that row. So for row number 1, we'll get one poll detail or detail. Then it will come again to this loop, and then it will pick up the values for these 3 values and so on until this is equals to false. Then it will stop looking inside of the table. So this is very simple example displaying in console. Now I will add another example. Package example 2. I'll go to the project chapter 24, and here it's JBC row set test. I'll take that, paste it here. Same thing, I need to fix the package declaration like this, save. Then I need to fix my password and username, tutorial, save, and run it. the result should be the same. We looked at this code in class, so everything is working. The difference is now that we're using JDBC row set, just a different way of doing it. So, but again, you need the database URL, username, password, and the query. All right. And finally, the last example for books database package, example 3. Now I will take the rest of the files from chapter 24 right here. This one, and this one. Yeah, these are the 4 files. Copy. By accident I opened this, so I will close. Go to my workspace and paste them in example 3. Again, I need to fix the package declarations. So 1 file, 2 files, 3 files, save. Saved only 1, but I need to save them all. Okay, saved all. You can see the red marks disappeared. But now I know from experience, and when we did this in class, we could see that we were having problems with this file as well. But let's try running it first. Just from the previous examples, I remember I need to modify my username and password, right? So I will go grab this. Actually, let me close all the files. And now somewhere here, I should have a database username and password. So right here, change that. And let me try running it just like so. This is my starting point, extends application, start method. So right click, run as Java application. So I'm getting a problem here. It's saying class not found, display query result controller. So somewhere in my code, something is looking for this class and it cannot find it. We already actually know what is looking for it and where it's looking. I see it has to do something with FXML loader and so on. So the reason is actually that this controller is defined in our FXML file. If I open the FXML file in my Eclipse IDE and I scroll to the side, I can see this is where it is. I don't really want you to touch this file unless you really know what you're doing. Otherwise, so there's 2 ways to fix it. You can actually do it directly here, but what I recommend is open Scene Builder. Oh, create process. Cannot find the file specified. Okay, I'm not sure why it's doing this. Preferences, JavaFX. Scene Builder is right here. But it doesn't like it. Doesn't like something about it. Let me try again. Open with Scene Builder. Failed to launch Scene Builder. The message was could not run program. Oh, it looks like it's seeing the path from maybe what I set up at school. Interesting. Okay, let me just browse and find my Scene Builder here. Program files. I do not remember where I put it. This is not good. Okay, so I just need a few moments or more to find my Scene Builder. Do I have my applications here? No. Let me step 1 level out. User apps. Okay, I'll try to see if I have it here. I don't have it here. So maybe it's not under Lilia, maybe it's under this. Nope. And finally, maybe public. Not sure where I put it. So I have apps. I have program files. Common files, Java, MySQL, Sublime. Alright, I'm not sure how long it will take me to find it. Maybe I can search for it. Scene builder. This PC scene builder. Working on it, but nothing seems to be happening. I will let it work on it, and in the meantime I'll continue searching myself as well. I have too many files here everywhere. So C drive. DS bundle. Yep, hasn't found it yet. Anyways, you can open it in the scene builder and assign the controller from there, but I'll show you another way, I guess, how to do it. So cancel. So I have to grab the name of my package, refactor, rename, copy, cancel, and add it to the name of the controller here. Save with the dot annotation. Now clear this and run it again, run as Java application. And now things seems to be working. So I have my query, I have my results. I can submit my query where last name equals submit query. Oh, doesn't like it. Where last name equals submit query. So it's giving me the results that I'm expecting. So you can just submit the query here. You can type your select statement. So this is another example. Now the last example, and probably the most important for you, is the address book example. So I will create another package, new package, example 4. Go to my project here, chapter 24. Go to address book example. Alright, and here I want to grab all of these items here except for the SQL script. Everything else I need. Copy, paste it in the example. I will change the password again here, tutorial, save. But now I need to, okay, first I will fix the packages again. And save all. The errors disappeared. And now I need to run the script again here. So I'll grab my script right here, address book script, copy. I need to navigate to the location of this project again, or maybe I already have something open here. No. What about this one? No. Okay, so I'll have to find my project. Actually, hopefully I can open it just like that. Show in System Explorer. Oh yeah, I'm lucky, I guess. So here I have my books SQL, but now I will also put this address book SQL. Now I will open my command prompt. There's a shortcut. If I hold Shift and right click, I can see open shell window here, or sometimes you will say open command prompt here. So open, and then I will need to follow the steps again from here. Remember how it said repeat the steps again somewhere here? If you work with another example address book, repeat steps from 7 to 10. Let's see, step 7 is right here, step 7. So I need to run this command again. I actually have it here. Copy. Did it work? Doesn't look like it worked. Okay, now I remember. With Windows PowerShell, it doesn't work for some reason. So that means I still need command prompt. My shortcut doesn't work for command prompt, but I can open it like this and then get the location of my workspace, my project like this. Go back and change directory. Okay, here I am, and now I want to do I want to run this command first. copy. So I'm in. This time I want to create address book database, but the password I will keep the same. And finally, I'll need to run the script. So I have this script, but the other script name is different. Run. What's the other script name? Address book. Double D, double S, SQL. Address book SQL. Okay. Oh, I forgot something. Maybe semicolon. Okay, so it created everything. For me, I don't see any errors. Now I need to exit and go back to my workspace. Actually, first I want to see that it generated the things that I need for this project. Here is the folder that was created here. Perfect. And now I should be able to run this example. I believe this is the starting point. Run Java application. However, I'm getting error, again, class not found. And as we know, it's something to do with the fxml. Yeah, doesn't want to do that. Okay, but I know how to fix it. Right here, example 4 dot, and save and run. Something else is not working. Address book not found. So maybe the database is not address book. I think that's the name. Okay, let's try again. So, okay, now I have to check what is the name, what was the name that I provided. Maybe I gave it different name. Address, oh, 1D. I have a typo here. So, and run it again. And everything is working fine. So I can create new entries, add entry successfully. You see it got updated. So type green, find, and it's also working. It found all the people whose last name is Green. Okay, so these are the examples. We already looked through the code here, how it's being done. Remember the prepared statements and how these question marks are used. Each of them, in this particular case, goes along with the like first name. This position will be the first name, this position will be last name, this position will be email, and this position will be phone number. But they go by, this is position 1, 2, like just in the order. However you see question marks, this is their position 1, 2, 3, 4. If we look at where we use this insert new person, you can see the first position, second position. This is actually your question marks, okay, these numbers. All right, good luck with the lab.